Liz Truss closes the Tory party conference with a very conservative speech, but the eco-militant leftists at Greenpeace managed to crash the conference hall. Hello everybody, welcome to the first video of the day. We're going to come to you guys every half an hour with a number of updates. What happened at the Tory party conference, good, bad and boring, as well as what's going on around the country. First, let's talk about Liz Truss's conference speech. She just closed the party conference in Birmingham, and throughout the whole conference there were a lot of ups and downs. You had the coup happening by the left-wing wing of the Tory party, essentially that branch, and then you had some loyalists starting the backlash, some policies. We've had U-turns, as you've seen. The conference speech by the Prime Minister was pretty good. Again, rhetoric-wise, pretty good. It's all about action, isn't it? Because we've heard all the good words and rhetoric in the past. But she was about to talk about the people who are trying to stop her plan, whether inside her own party or the outside, the Labour Party and the SNP and all the left-wing militants. She called them all essentially the anti-growth coalition. And as she was about to start talking about them, the so-called anti-growth coalition, some of them in the name of Greenpeace, decided to crash the speech. And I was pleasantly surprised how well Liz Truss actually handled this situation.
Let's get them removed.
Okay, one of my favourite parts of this whole situation was some of the Tory members took their banner and their flags and everything, and then they had backup. They had a number of different ones. So they took a second one as well. And as they were about to get kicked out, there was a third one that one of the people there were trying to bring out. It's good to have a plan, isn't it? But there's something to be said about the lack of security properly at these conferences. It's only because, not to give obviously tips or guide to the left-wing idiots, the vetting process needs to be improved, because you can just go on the website of the Tory party and just join as a member, and then a few months later you can go to conference. They do security checking, like in terms of vetting when it comes to national security and things like that, but they should really also do an internal vetting to make sure that the people who are joining as a member on the website actually do want to be a member or not. But Liz Truss, as I said, she handled it quite well, because she just made a joke, comparing it to Theresa May, and when she faced some left-wing protesters heckling her speech, she was way too socially awkward. So I was expecting the same from Liz Truss, but actually, she was pretty good.
Now, later on in my speech, my friends, I'm going to talk about the anti-growth coalition. But I think they arrived in the hall a bit too early. They were meant to come later on, so we'll get on to them. We'll get on to them.
No, it's good. It's good to joke about it and just move on. I remember back in the 80s. Well, I don't remember back in the 80s, but I was too young back then. But from the videos we've seen during one of the Tory party conferences, when a left-wing heckler infiltrated the stage or the conference hall, Margaret Thatcher responded with saying, "Well, don't blame him. It's always better where the Tories are." So that was quite funny. But it kind of backfired, because a lot of people were nervous about this speech, and the whole conference was a bit doom and gloomy. But the fact that this happened, it actually brought some unity to the conference hall. I mean, it's interesting how there's a lot of nervous people apparently in the conference hall this morning, and the Tory members, they were happy with the speech, and they were happy with the way Liz Truss handled the protesters, and it just automatically brought the party together for about half an hour at least. They're going to come back to London now, and they're going to cause trouble as usual. Now we're going to take a quick break for half an hour. When we come back, we're going to be talking about what happened at conference, some good stuff and some bad stuff. Kemi Badenoch that is leading the rebellion against Liz Truss's economic migration plans. We've got Suella Braverman being very hardcore on migration. As usual, we've heard all these things before from previous Home Secretaries. And we're going to talk about what's going on exactly from outside the Tory tent around the country. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.